Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama. Today we are having a look at the newly released this week Thomas and Friends magazine. So this is the August edition. As you can see here, this is issue 851. It's priced at £7.99. Voila. So we are going to have a skim through of the magazine today. We are going to check out those free gift items. I will start by saying this fat controller looks very familiar. I do think we have had this Hawaiian type shirt, summer shirt going on. I think he's from last year, but hey, it's the new edition. It's definitely correct this time. Did have a bit of a fiasco trying to get hold of this week. I get email notifications when the new Thomas and Friends magazine comes out, hit the stores and it wasn't there. In fact, it was the March one. Quite horrified. However, we made it. It's here. Thank you, Marks and Spencer. So without further ado, let's jump in. So I'm just using some scissors very carefully to skim open the tape, which is securing the lid down. The reason I'm not peeling the tape off by hand is because it does have a tendency to rip. And as you can see, there is some stuff on the back cover cardboard, which I'm guessing we're going to use a bit later on. So don't rip that, use some scissors if you have some and just be very careful. Okay, lovely. Having had a very careful snipperoo, let's now get that magazine and free gift items out and save the cardboard. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment to stop here just for a split second so that you can see the front cover of the magazine alongside that free gift item. We're going to start with the unboxing of that free gift item. I'm going to check out those in a bit more detail, so let's go. So this lid just slides off like that. Okay, alrighty, so let's just start with Thomas, why not? So obviously this edition is the beach theme playset, so we have got a beachy style Thomas. Oh, cheeky wink there, hello Thomas. Obviously in a fun mood. So as with all of these Thomas and Friends characters that you get with the magazine, these faces are stickers. So I wouldn't recommend that for water play, for example, or, you know, taking in the bath to play, things like that, because I think those stickers would come off quite easily. However, so we've got a cheeky winking face. We have got this beautiful detailing on the side of those flowers. Lovely little flower on the back there. Got the date on as well, 2025, the year I should say. Nothing underneath, which is quite typical, and just has sticker detailing as well. So the coal is all stickers. The side things you can just see, you know, they are quite clearly stickers. The bits at the front, the buffers are coloured plastic. You can even see here it has started to just come away just slightly, so I will have to take care with Thomas. Okay. Let's check out that trailer then. So, Surf Shack, enough room to carry something, possibly the little seal. We'll check that out soon. So Surf Shack, it has these really cool little plastic parts to it. And obviously Thomas has got the hooky bit at the back. I'm sure there's a more technical name for the hooky bit, but it will do. You know what I mean. Again, got these sticker detailings on the sides, nothing underneath, which is pretty typical. Some light scoring on the inside, kind of like almost looks a bit like a seat. Okay, so being as we're having a look at the little things that can be pulled along, let's check out this ice cream one. So is this, would you call it rolling stock? I'm pretty sure my son calls these things rolling stock. I don't know, I'm still learning. I didn't really know much about trains before 6 months ago. This is kind of like a new effort. So nothing underneath. We've obviously still got these little hook bits, so you can add along to Thomas over here, but also any others that you may have too from previous magazines. Sticker detailing. Lovely. I'm going to pause here because the garbage man or bin man is outside and it's quite noisy. Lovely. Lovely. Now our bin man, our lovely bin man has done his job. Let's carry on. So I guess this is Bulstrode, is it? Bulstrode the barge, maybe. I apologise if that's wrong. So let's check out that face. Got some nice detailing on here. These are stickers. Again, I don't think this would last very well. It is a boat. Oh, got wheels. Oh, wasn't expecting that when I turned it over. So again, there are sticker detailing. Although it is a boat, it probably would be okay gently on some not too deep water, but I would not recommend submerging it unless you're happy for those stickers to come away. So the side has got a sticker on. I think this life ring is a sticker. Yeah, and the one down at the front, I think that is a small sticker, and the face is a sticker. So obviously take care if you want to play with this in water, which, why wouldn't you? It's a boat. However, maybe the wheels are there to deter you slightly. So it's got some coloured plastic over on the side there. Hasn't got any hooky bits. This is not meant to be pulled along, but it does have some lovely wheels. Kind of pushes along, a little bit of effort, but they do turn. So let's check out that fat controller. So the fat controller obviously is going on holiday. Nice attire, sir, nice attire. He's got a lovely jacket. These are not stickers. This is coloured plastic. So I'm not a massive fan of things that are plasticky. I do kind of think that a lot of little plastic things do sort of end up in landfill and things like that. But I think that if you are going to keep it and play with it and collect these, I'm not adverse to it. Obviously, it would take a long time to break down. I think some companies now are starting to recycle hard plastic toys. So if for whatever reason you are ever looking to get rid of toys like this, it's worth doing your research before chucking it in a regular bin. So that's the fat controller. He looks like he's maybe doing some water sports. Why not? Nice summery activity. I'm sure he has plenty of funds for that. So again, this little surfboardy thing, don't know what the correct name is. I'm sure I do. My brain has just gone blank. So again, bit of sticker detailing. Again, I would take care. I'm not saying don't play with it in water, but you know, just take care. It's clearly not going to last the long haul to be submerged. A little bit of light play would be okay. So there he is. He fits in nicely. Put him in sideways, like he's going sideways. And let's check out that little seal friend. Got quite like a rubbery feeling as I'm picking it up, not like this fat controller's kind of like this shiny plastic. This seal's got a little texture to it, which is quite nice as you pick it up. There's its face. Nice. I'm gonna have to turn the lights on. Apologies for it's gone a little bit dark. It's a little bit of a grey overcast day today. I think we're expecting rain. So there is your seal friend. One moment while I adjust the lighting. Okay, so that concludes the free gift items with this August edition 851 of the Thomas and Friends magazine. I've just adjusted the lighting slightly. Apologies for that. It is quite grey and dark over here and my lighting is not the best. So I'm going to move on to the magazine itself now. Bear with. So as always with the Thomas and Friends magazine, I'm going to skim through every single page. Any stories that are contained within here, there are usually 3. I'm going to hop over those because I like to upload the stories separately. Why do I do that? That is because if you really enjoy a story, there's nothing worse than trying to click or skim through a 10-15 minute video just to get to those stories that you love. So I'm going to upload those separately. I will still skim across them so that you can see the titles and you know what to expect, but you don't have to wait too long. I am generally quite good at uploading the stories. So I've said it a couple of times before, but just to recap, this is the summer playset, all summer themed, does feel appropriate for August. As always, you will be delighted to know that there is the Thomas's challenge chart if I was to pull the inside out. So you just had the outside cover of the magazine. You would see that it is a double spread of opportunities. I am planning to do a video at some point. I'm going to take the day and just see how many challenges of Thomas's I can do in one day. And I do plan to feature in that so you can see me a little bit better. Anyway, I'm not going to do that today because I have no time. So, Thomas's challenge chart. It is a double whammy over on that front cover. Over on the right-hand side then is Find the Pair. We have several Percys here. So, you need to find the 2 pictures of Percy that match perfectly. Over on the right-hand side then is Nia's Busy Day. It is a double spread opportunity. There is a lot going on here. First of all, we are going to help Nia down the track. You can use a pen, pencil or crayon if you wish to get to the end. There are also other opportunities here. For example, you can use your pen, pencil or crayon. I know you're not done yet. We're just at the start. I'm excited. You can draw around this barrel. This is going to teach you to be really steady with your pen, pencil or crayon. And then there are also some colouring opportunities down at the bottom. So be sure to keep out your green and red sacks. But hey, if you want to do other colours you can, but it's just a slight deviation from what they're asking there. You can colour the oil can up here. Why not get creative? I know I would. Wouldn't recommend glitter, goes everywhere. And then we are going to practice writing the name Nia down at the bottom. And you can count the barrels. When you've counted them, you can try those numbers. Over on the next page then is our first story of this magazine's edition. It's called Rockets Fall. Skimming over that story, as I explained, check back later, it won't be long, promise. Over on the left hand side then is colour match. So they have helpfully coloured half of Thomas. Can you match the other half? Get those pens, pencils or crayons and try and match up Thomas. Over on the right hand side then, we are continuing the match theme. What they would like you to do here is to take the words and match them with the picture. So for example, the first word is crown and they want you to match that up to the crown. This is a fantastic opportunity to practice your use of pens, pencils or crayons, or even use the hand that you wouldn't usually. I am usually right-handed, but maybe I would like to practice using my left hand. Over on the next page then, we have got diesel door hanger. So using a pair of safety scissors, you can carefully cut around diesel, maybe stick it onto some thin card with some safe glue. I would recommend that if you aren't a grown-up, that you get a grown-up if you can to help you with this activity. It also lets you know where you can stick it. Once it's dried, you can watch diesel bounce. Over on the next page then, we have an advert. It is about Thomas and Friends and it looks like there is some stuff going on at Drayton Manor. Over on the right hand side then are some more stories. We have got Shankar's Makeover, Outback Thomas, followed by a story quiz. Don't forget there is a colouring opportunity here. Over on the next page then, Shankar's Makeover, also more colouring. Although I am going to skim over this story, it is worth a mention that there is a pull-out. And in the very centre, as always, is where you will find your stickers. Except for last time because I didn't have any, I had to write in and get them. Although the publishers were very good at sending them. So I'm going to gently tug this out. Just be careful not to rip. Always challenging with one hand. So because the paper is very thin, I would recommend just very gently unpicking the staples slightly. So just like peel them back just slightly and then lift it out because as you can see, I've tried to gently pull it, but it has still torn. The paper is quite thin. So just take care when you're removing that inner pull out. I've popped the pull out over at the top. We're going to have a play with that at the very end, so stay tuned. Over on the next page then is Outback Thomas. We'll cover the story quiz at the end of the upload of the story Outback Thomas when I get to that a little bit later today, so don't forget to check back and we'll do the quiz all together. Over on the right hand side then is Colour Gordon. There is a helpful cheat sheet over here just in case you need a reminder of those colours. Over on the next page then, count the ice creams. We are going to do some simple maths here, nothing to worry about. So we're going to count the various lollies, ice creams, and we are going to use a pen, pencil or crayon to just practice our numbers. So once you've counted them up, you can just practice writing those out. Over on the next page then, mini maze. Who doesn't like a little maze? I love these. I love to do it with a little bit of ambient music. So check back if you haven't seen those. I have got a playlist up and running already. I think they're really nice as you're kind of winding down into bedtime sort of routine, baths and things like that. Love to have one of those on our telly just while running the water. So be sure to check back. I'll probably upload that at some point soon. Over on the right hand side then is Colour Percy. Percy is a little green engine. His job is to deliver or the post on Sodor. Again, we have got a helpful reference as to what colours you can use for Percy, just in case you need that. Over on the left then, and again another advert for Drayton Manor. They really want you to go, don't they? It does look fun, to be honest. I would quite like to do it. Over on the right hand side then, we are going to guess who's who. So you can see there are silhouettes or shadows of the characters, and you need to use a pen, pencil or crayon to match them against their shadow. You can see one is nearly there. So again, I may match those later with a little bit of ambient music. I feel like we all could do with a little bit of calm. I know I certainly could. Yeah, I'll share that with you. Over on the next page then is a double spread colouring opportunity. I hope you still have your pens, pencils and crayons because you are going to be very busy here. Also taking a moment to just comment on the really useful tip. Play a game with your child where one of you pretends to be Thomas and the other Diesel. What sort of things will you do when you visit Knapford Station? Nothing too cheeky, I hope. Over on the next page then is called What a Mess. The engines have got a bit dirty, very dirty I would say. And yes, they need a wash. So what they are asking you to do here is to find within the main image you are looking for these little images. When you've found them, you can tick them off. Another nice tip here, on a sunny day, take a few plastic toys outside and help your little one give them a good wash in some soapy water. Hours of fun there. Once the water's gone, just top it back up and go and wash something else. Always plenty of stones and things in the garden, oh yes. Over on the next page then is Count to 10. So colour and writing opportunity you can see here. So there are some numbers which have been left blank. You can use your pens, pencils or crayons to colour those in. And then where the other ones are dotty lines, you can use your pen, pencil or crayon to go over those dots and bring them to life. Can you count to 10 backwards and forwards? And if you have mastered that, why not try it in another language like Spanish? Why not? Quite like Spanish. Over on the next page then is the end of the Thomas's challenge chart. As you work through those, you can use the stickers, which are here, and you can pop it on once you've completed the challenge. Once you have finished all those challenges, you lucky busy thing, you can write your name down at the bottom. Don't forget to give yourself a sticker. You earned it. Nice little poster on the back there. Pop it on the door. So that brings us to the end of the review, the skim through of the Thomas and Friends magazine for August. It's been issue 851. We have had a look at the free gift items and we have had a look at the magazine itself. All of those stories I will read out and upload separately, hopefully later today. But before I do pop off, probably make myself a nice cup of tea and a biscuit. I'm just going to show you what that pull-out looked like. So let's dive in. So on one side you have got this massive Thomas. It is quite large. I will probably save this for the summer holidays. I have got my nieces and nephews over to play and hey, this might keep them busy for at least 5 minutes. Over on the next page then, so we've just flipped it over. It's quite big, but it does fit on my table. Thank you. Thomas and Friends. So have fun exploring Sodor with your Thomas toys. There are lots of things to do. This is quite fun. You could probably pull this out for a good half an hour and just have a little bit of fun spending time with your free gift items, which are still on this table. So you could maybe use Thomas to speed around the track. I'll probably do this with my son when he's home from school. You can go surfing with Sir Topham Hatt. Oh yeah, so lots of fun there. You could even maybe use your pens, pencils and crayons to add some fish. Why not? Captain can cruise around the bay. Zoom over bridges. You can whiz through the tunnel. You can speed around the wiggly bends. Park your surf shack here. Oh yeah, forgot about the surf shack. That's here. This is why we very carefully snipped open the packaging. So that lives here. Okay, everybody, I really hope that you enjoyed looking at that Thomas and Friends magazine with me today. If you did, please don't forget to like the video. It really helps me to learn that you are enjoying the content. Check back soon for those stories. It was hopefully over to you today and you can read them at your leisure. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, then please feel free to subscribe. It just means that you'll get notified of future releases, and it also means a lot to me. And other than that, have a great day.